The city of Kufa was restless. Its streets were filled with whispers, its gatherings with quiet discussions, and its people with uncertainty. For years, many in Kufa had been watching the political changes unfolding across the Muslim world. And when news reached them that Hussein ibn Ali had refused to pledge allegiance to Yazid I, something ignited within them: hope. Letters began to flow from Kufa to Mecca, where Hussein was staying. "We have no leader," they wrote. "Come to us. We will support you. We stand ready to follow you." One letter turned into dozens. Dozens turned into hundreds.
Soon, it seemed as if the entire city was united in one message: Hussein must come to Kufa. But Hussein did not rush.
He understood the weight of leadership. He knew that words alone were not enough. Promises written on paper could fade under pressure.
So he made a careful decision. He would send someone he trusted completely to verify the situation. That man was his cousin, Muslim ibn Aqil. Muslim ibn Aqil was known for his honesty, courage, and loyalty. If anyone could understand the true situation in Kufa, it was him. With this responsibility placed upon him, Muslim ibn Aqil set out toward Kufa. As he entered the city, the response was immediate. People gathered around him. They welcomed him with enthusiasm. They pledged their loyalty to Hussein through him. Reports began to spread quickly. Thousands were giving their support. Some accounts mention numbers reaching into the thousands, people lining up to show their allegiance. For a moment, it seemed that Kufa had truly united. And far away in Mecca, Hussein began receiving these hopeful reports.
Are you Muslim ibn Aqil?
I come on behalf of Hussein ibn Ali.
We stand with you. We give our loyalty to Hussein.
Thousands were now declaring their support. We are with Hussein. Kufa stands united.
In the early days of Muslim ibn Aqil's arrival, Kufa felt alive with energy. Homes opened their doors to him. People visited him in large numbers. They spoke with confidence. They spoke with certainty.
They assured him again and again, "We will stand with Hussein." Muslim ibn Aqil observed carefully. He saw the crowds, he heard the promises, and based on what he witnessed, he sent a message back to Hussein ibn Ali. The message carried hope. It suggested that the people of Kufa were ready, that they were sincere, that they were waiting. But while this wave of support was rising, another force was quietly entering the city. The ruler, Yazid I, had been informed of what was happening in Kufa. He understood the danger. If Kufa truly supported Hussein, it could challenge his authority. So he took action. A new governor was sent to Kufa, one known for his strictness and control. His arrival changed everything. The atmosphere of the city began to shift. Fear slowly replaced confidence. The same people who had once gathered openly now became cautious. The governor began to tighten control over the city. Warnings were issued, threats were made, tribal leaders were pressured, and suddenly, the voices that had once been loud began to grow quiet.
Who is that coming? The new governor?
He is strict. We must be careful.
Keep the streets clear. No gatherings. All gatherings are forbidden. The city has changed. No one dares speak. We must comply.
The change in Kufa was not immediate, but it was powerful. One by one, the people who had pledged support began to step back. At first, it was small. A few people stopped visiting. A few avoided public gatherings. Then it grew.
Crowds became smaller. The energy disappeared. The promises began to fade. Muslim ibn Aqil noticed the change. He felt it. He saw it. The same streets that had once been filled with supporters now felt distant. The same people who had once spoken with confidence now avoided eye contact. Fear had taken hold. The pressure from the authorities had done its work. People began thinking about their safety, their families, their lives, and slowly, they withdrew. Until one day, Muslim ibn Aqil found himself alone. The thousands who had promised support were gone. The doors that had once opened were now closed.
The voices that had once called out were silent. It was one of the most powerful and painful moments in the story.
A man who had arrived with hope now stood alone in a city that had once promised everything. Still, he did not give up.
He remained firm in his purpose, but the situation had become extremely dangerous. The governor's forces were now actively searching for him. Eventually, Muslim ibn Aqil was captured. Even in captivity, he remained calm. He knew that his mission had been sincere. He had acted with honesty and loyalty. But the reality of the situation was now clear. The support that had once seemed strong had disappeared. And soon after, Muslim ibn Aqil was martyred.
Say, Amir Yazid!
My Amir is only Hussein.
The news of what had happened in Kufa did not immediately reach Hussein ibn Ali. Far away, Hussein was still on his journey.
He was moving forward with his family and companions, guided by the reports he had received earlier. Reports filled with hope. Reports that no longer reflected reality. The desert stretched before them. Step by step, they moved closer to their destination, unaware that the city they were heading toward had already changed, unaware that the support they had been promised was no longer there. Back in Kufa, the streets were quiet once again, but this time the silence carried a different meaning. It was not the silence of peace. It was the silence of regret, the silence of promises broken, the silence of a moment that could never be undone. And ahead, on the road between Mecca and Karbala, Hussein continued his journey. A journey that had begun with hope, but was now leading towards something far more difficult.
The next chapter would reveal the truth. And by then, there would be no turning back.